some genes that have a very real effect on your brain chemistry. And as someone who suffered from depression most of my life, addressing these particular genetic variants completely changed my life. I went from being depressed for over 50 years to being a happy camper. I'm telling you, it was life-changing. It was shocking. And so I want to tell you how that worked for me. It could work for you if you're suffering from depression and it feels like nothing really works for you. You know, you've tried all of the therapies and all of the different medications. You've tried all the natural, like changes in diet or EFT or EMDR, those kinds of things, and nothing has ever worked for you, and you just kind of feel like you're broken and you're struggling. This particular area of brain chemistry and biochemistry is what made a huge, profound difference in my life. When I got my genes tested, I discovered I have a genetic variant in an enzyme that is a vitamin D receptor. The VDR is what it's called. Then we look at the biochemical pathways, and it turns out that if you can't absorb vitamin D, then you can't make serotonin and dopamine correctly. And that's what was happening with me. I just thought it was me. I thought I had a bad attitude or I was broken. But it turns out that I had a genetic variant that prohibited my brain from making neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. Those are our happy neurotransmitters. And my brain couldn't do it correctly. So if you have the vitamin D receptor genetic variant, it kind of sucks because it also leaves you susceptible to chronic infections like Epstein-Barr virus, which is the other thing that I was suffering from, which was chronic fatigue syndrome. Well, part of the job of vitamin D in the body is to activate T cells, and T cells are your main fighters of infections. So like the Epstein-Barr virus is usually at the center of and the cause of chronic fatigue syndrome. And so if you have that genetic variant, then you're not going to be able to correctly fight off infections. And you're probably going to be one of those people that often suffers from various infections in your life, and you seem to get the things that, you know, that everybody else seems immune to, and you just keep getting sick over and over again. Often that's a big indicator that you have that vitamin D receptor variant. The secret is cofactors that make that enzyme work correctly. K2, vitamin K2, and A are needed in order for you to get that receptor working correctly and upregulate your absorption of vitamin D. And when you do that, your brain's going to start to make serotonin and dopamine, and it's going to change your life.